Thank you to everyone on the organizing committee for putting this great event together. And on behalf of RBC Dominion Securities, enjoy the tournament.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Hello and welcome to the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown Women's Semifinal here from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Team Wrana versus Team Kim here on Sheet 3. My name is Marty Thompson. I'll be joined today by Wyatt Small. And Wyatt, these are two obviously top teams in the world. No surprise that they're at this point in the Western Showdown, but certainly in for a great game. Anything potential that we could look out for in this one, and anything that fans at home watching from across the globe can look forward to. First stone coming in here for Team Wrana.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown, the largest international curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you decided to join us to watch some of the top teams from around the world participate in this event. My name is Jesse Hamonic, and I'm the Vice President and Country Head of Nutrien Ag Solutions Canada. Like farming, curling brings our communities together, and Nutrien Ag Solutions is committed to promoting the diversity of sport within the communities where we work and live. We're so grateful to the Western Showdown team for allowing us to partner with them to bring you this event, and I want to wish you all, the teams, a safe and successful event.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Curling Showdown. We're so glad you've decided to join us to come see some of the world's best curlers participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director for RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and support of curling in our community, we're also proud to support the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Curling Showdown, as RBC is committed to working with our community to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the community in which we live. Thank you to everyone on the organizing committee for putting this great event together. And on behalf of RBC Dominion Securities, enjoy the tournament.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Hello and welcome to the Nutrien Ag Solution Western Showdown here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Semifinal action on the women's side. We have two top teams to bring you today from Sheet 3. Again, it's Swift Current with Team Wrana versus Team Kim. Just underway here in the first end, as we can see Team Kim in the red stones, Team Wrana throwing the yellow stones. My name is Marty Thompson, joined by Wyatt Small for commentary today. Wyatt, obviously, as mentioned, 2 top teams in the world. Anything we should be looking out for or expecting for all the fans watching from across the globe today?
Yeah, certainly 2 top contenders on the women's circuit. I think paying attention to front-end setups is definitely a key factor with how much this ice curls. And if a few teams can get the stones buried early, it certainly applies a fair bit of pressure.
Fantastic. We'll keep note of that, Wyatt, and quiz you on it later on in the game as we see a solid, nice little hit here from Team Kim. Team Rana won the quarterfinal, beating Team Tiranzoni to beat here. And then Team Kim was in that all-Korean quarterfinal. Managed to win to extend their stay in Swift Current as well. Taking down Team Gim. Chance to warm up the ice here a little bit too. Throwing a rock out towards the wings.
These teams are obviously no stranger to each other, having played each other 5 times in the past few years. Team Rana obviously on the top end of that, leading 4-1, so should be a familiar matchup for these 2 teams today.
Third stone's coming up here for Team Rana. Duvall. Turning this one inside out. It's a pretty good line call. Mention how much it is really curling, and yeah, you can certainly see that on stream. Sometimes it's hard, but yeah, no doubt we've seen the games this week. Ice is very, very good in that respect. So obviously, we all like ice that curls, but yeah, it does move quite a bit on teams for sure. Pretty nice setup here for Team Red. Obviously, they have the hammer in the first end. Team Red a chance, I guess, to just hit and try to roll under, I guess, eh?
Yeah, the thing with nosing so many of those hits, the rock did start on T-line, but now that they've nosed so many, it is full top 8, leaving Team Rana a chance at the double here.
Good chance for Team Rana and Duvall here. Like a nice roll, good amount of weight. Oh, that's pretty good. What's the call here, Wyatt? What do you think? What do you think they're going to be up to?
I think they're probably just going to try to throw somewhere open, stone behind T-line. They are shot 1 there, that red rock at the top of the ring. So just sit second shot somewhere without the opportunity for a roll to the button.
I guess you can put it somewhere and maybe you might even get a jam if they did try to kick that red rock out. Is that the idea too? You kind of come around to this side?
Yeah.
Or are they trying to wrap right around?
That would probably be the idea. I mean, it would be rather difficult to jam that onto the back 8 stone that they would be throwing, but certainly the reasoning for choosing this side, other than ice, that they might have known it better in their pregame practice.
Yeah, throwing it a little bit wider. You just see that last chance to warm up the pebble before the shot.
Yeah, that's one thing any sweepers can do before you throw a new path is just run up and down the sheet, give it a good sweep, try to knock down some of that frost. Because in these games, every shot is so important. You gotta do everything you can to increase your chances of making a shot.
And this is obviously a very wide shot to be early in the game as well.
Yeah, they're probably playing it knowing it's going to be very fresh and probably the slowest stuff they've thrown so far this game.
Wanted to keep it tight and for weight here. I have seen the rocks kind of slow down when they get into the rings. That's just past the tee line. Thoughts on that location? I mean, obviously it gives Wrana a chance to hit and roll under and really put the pressure on.
Yeah, I don't quite think that's what they were looking for. I think they were looking for that stone to be at least a few stones deeper and wider. So kind of just getting caught with the ice there out that wide this early in the game and how fresh it was. But certainly advantage Wrana now with that opportunity for the hit and roll under.
This could get ugly if you make this right. Redstones will have to get creative. Wrana's first shot of the game, first in the first end. Oof. There's a misjudge on the line call there. It looked like obviously keeping it straight, held off a second, and that was maybe just the second that allowed the rock to break.
Yeah, with so much late finish in these stones curling that good amount, it's very difficult to trust that line call because it looks like you're on the outside half of that rock for a good chunk of the sheet, and then it just decides to curl up at the end. So it's certainly something that's going to favor the veteran skips out there or line callers this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the story of the game from the Wrana Tirinzoni quarterfinal. You know, these teams do not miss much, but oh boy, were they missing quite a number of shots, specifically on line on those kind of that soft weight stuff, and it really backfired for both teams multiple times. They gave up they gave a three-ender each, put each other in some very difficult situations just because, yeah, as you mentioned, just how much it does curl. It can be deceiving and it can change too.
Yeah, certainly.
It's a little bit wider and a little heavier.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
Pretty good place indeed. Now what? This is going to be a very difficult position here for Team Wrana, shooting against 1, 2, 3. Specifically Isabella, who has to make something pretty good. You see her already kind of lining up that run back, potentially taking a look at any option. What do you like here?
I like what she's kind of ushering with her broom, this yellow-red double. You would end up keeping both your shooter and that yellow stone you're running. So it certainly looks like their best option right now. They kind of have to limit the damage and get rid of a couple stones. Giving up a score of 4 on the first end that would sting.
Absolutely. A couple ways you could maybe miss this shot to a certain extent, right? You could get a big thick roll off the yellow. It could almost come, frozen to that red rock, right? There's a couple ways that you could, like right there. That would be good too. There's a couple ways that this could be quite favorable. And you can see there at the bottom right how much you can actually see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you don't even have to kill. I was just saying if it ever over curls, you don't even have to get past nose because you can just get the roll off that outside red too.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, the call's been made. Yeah, certainly a tough position for Isabella to be in off the hop, but again, can't stress this enough. There was lots of ups and downs in that Tirzoni game and struggled to find weight in line at times, but Isabella had a couple clutch shots, including a really nice draw at the end. So lots of momentum going into this game. Final shot of the first end here, throwing against 3 Redstones. You're gonna want to keep this straight. And another line call error. That is going to sting, as you said, Wyatt. Draw for 4 here for the team from Korea.
Yeah, not much play down that left-hand side of the sheet this end. There was a few stones early, but a lot of play was down the right-hand side for the second 2/3 of this end. So definitely getting caught with the ice there a little bit.
Yeah, it just seemed to catch, eh? Like it was curling a lot more than I think they thought.
Yeah,
Pretty
that one seemed to kind of curl early out of her hand. I think that was probably just a broom issue. They might have just needed a couple more inches of ice.
The draw for 4, get a piece of the forefoot. And you're taking a very good lead heading into the second end. And just like that, there's your 4. So what a start for Team Kim, the Koreans against Team Wrana and the Swedes. We'll be right back with Swift Current.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
And welcome back to Swift Current and the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown semi-final between Team Kim and Team Wrana, and Team Kim off to a hot start, 4-0. And as we were just sort of talking off camera there, Wyatt, we might start to see some aggressive play calling and some creative play calling here from the Swedes and their yellow stones. It's a chance to potentially answer back with at least a deuce, hopefully a little bit more. We'll see how this end shapes up, I guess, eh?
Yeah, certainly. That 4 spot was just a result of some great setup early in the end by Team Kim, and it's hard to recover that fast on this ice. you get a few chances, but if you don't 100% capitalize on them, it's going to be an uphill battle for the rest of the end.
And huge shout out to everyone here in the chat. I know there's lots of folks from Korea and cheering on Team Kim. They'll be happy after that first end. I'll be checking on the chat the whole rest of the game here. Chance to maybe just kind of follow that in there, but maybe a hair down. Doesn't look like it, but I imagine they dragged that rock a considerable amount. It's staggered.
Yeah, this leaving Team Wrana the opportunity to wrap a second one around this pair of center guards here. The thing with the aggressive strategy is they don't have to go pedal to the metal right now. There's still plenty of game left. It may not look like it on the scoreboard, but there is still plenty of time. We're only in the second end, and definitely a lot of game ahead. So they can afford to be patient and not go all out right now.
It's a little bit outside, and it will sail through to the back of the house and potentially all the way through. So now it's simple as Kim just sort of attacking on the other side.
Yeah, I think Team Kim can just wrap a few around this center guard now, and since there's shot rock there at the top button, probably just keep replacing guards once Wrana peels them. Team Wrana just getting caught a second time down that same path, slipping a little deep. So it might just be a little bit quicker out there than they had originally thought.
Don't see any reason why they would want to take anything away, so they're just going to guard it.
Yeah, no, they're sitting pretty good right now.
It's going to come in, and yeah, that'll muddy the waters for sure. Time to rip them, eh?
Yeah, the call for the rip could have been on their last stone there, their second, but it was a more aggressive call to call that stone top 12. Certainly gave them a better shot at the deuce, but now I think it's just damage control again.
We'll just nick that one, the guard that was just thrown. Not Team Wrana's game thus far, but that can change. Oh, interesting. And I guess just another chance to open the middle up here for Team Wrana. They've got to get to that rock, I guess, that's sitting on the lid, right? Eventually.
Yeah, seems like a pretty good opportunity for a double peel with how close those two on the center are here. Once they open it up, they should have a couple more options. A little unfortunate to leave the shooter there on that one. I think they would have liked to roll a fair bit further away.
Up the skip stones here for the Korean side. And I guess just replace that staggered sequence above the house, I think is the call, right? Just sort of throw a 3-guard, maybe make them try the peel again.
Yeah, there's certainly no reason for Team Kim to want to throw another one in here. Just a little bit too much risk. I think they'd be quite content with a steal, as it's looking like that might be the outcome right now.
Especially if they can make a shot like this.
Yeah.
Skip stones in the second. Waiting for that late finish.
They didn't quite get that finish they were looking for. Just a bit too much weight. Slid frozen to the one top 8. I think they were hoping that one stopped just short of the rings.
It's tighter, but that's pretty good still, right? I don't see a way that, yeah, obviously they're going to have to rip it this way, but I mean.
Yeah, I still think that's pretty all right for them.
Beggars can't be choosers at this point. It's in a good place, no doubt. Team Wrana with a bit of a daunting run back here as Isabella tries to open something up for her last stone. Any kind of play, or to at least reduce the deficit if they can't make this perfectly. Running a hair tight, it'll curl up a little bit. And got some granite moving. They now sit second in behind there, but those two reds obviously sitting in the key.
Yeah, now the question for Team Kim is where to put this one. I'm sure they would probably like to try and sit 2 on Team Wrana right now and increase their chances at that steal. Rana's options are looking limited as of right now for her last stone, besides running something in or drawing as much of the 4 as she can to try and hopefully score her 1.
Would you ever bump that red up?
Yeah. I think that would be an all right call.
Just don't want to give them a hit.
Yeah, it's that or the straight guard, I would think.
And the guard it is. So it looks like they're going to try to get as overlap as much as possible with that rock that's just on the top of the lid. Then you might make the hit hard if you try to double the reds. And then
yeah, certainly.
And then it's we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But what Team Wrana will do if they make this shot? But final stone here for Kim in the second. Again, another chance to really apply some pressure here in this semifinal. That'll work just fine.
I think that's just about as good as an outcome as they could have asked for. Makes Rana's run on that top yellow there really difficult, and any kind of double they'd be hoping to make, you won't be able to stick your shooter, I don't think.
And then you have the possibility to jam.
Exactly. I don't think they can make this double cross face. I think that one might jam on the back yellow.
So how they're lining this up, are they attempting to take that red rock at the top of the rings and actually pick out the one on the lid?
That's what it looks like. Certainly a difficult shot, but I don't think I see any other options.
All right, get your popcorn ready. Team Rana's last stone here in the second end. Big weight. And it'll just be the one red. So the steal, we called it early, seemed like the likely outcome, and that is what we get. So Team Kim up 5-0 here as we head into the third end in Swift Current. Stay tuned.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet. And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Team Rana Yellowstones with the hammer. They are down 5-0 against Team Kim. And the corner guard is going up here on the right-hand side of your screen. I know we mentioned Rana having to be a little aggressive and play with a bit of fire in that second end, Wyatt. And, you know, same will be here in the third. Try to cut into this deficit that's slowly increasing.
Yeah, certainly. Team Kim has just been all over Team Rana's front end early in these first two ends, and it's become evident on the scoreboard. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pair of double corners from Team Rana this end. Try and get some offense generated.
And the red guard back up. It looks like they will try to go in. Linda Stinland's second and final.
Yeah, with that red center as highlighted as it is, I think double corners on split sides was no longer an option, so their only other option was 2-on-1, and that yellow corner on the right-hand side being closer to the high guard just doesn't quite facilitate a double corner setup.
And there's the staggareds.
Yeah, beginning to look a little reminiscent of that last end, but
yeah, no kidding. Feels like
still
a bit of
many
deja
shots to be
vu.
played. Yeah.
The play is a simple come around. As much as this is in the second stone, it's another great chance to put some pressure on. I'm thinking it's a hair tight and quite a bit light. Oh. That was unfortunate for Team Kim. A few pretty significant picks in the Tirinzoni game too with Rana. Worth noting, though, that they would have made that come around. It could have really changed the complexion of this end.
Yeah, advantage now Team Rana with Maria Larson's stone being able to be frozen top four here. And that's an amazing shot. Certainly going to help out Team Rana's case and generate some offense now.
Joey Kim in the hack and waiting to hear exactly what the team is looking to do. Bundy's coming down to have a quick chat.
Looks like the high guard will be the call.
Just as long as it's maybe just on like this side of the center line, Wyatt? Just kind of make that play at that yellow rock difficult.
Yeah, certainly. I think if the score had been a little closer, I think we might have seen Team Kim elect to come around these center guards with another freeze, but I think the guard call is definitely safe option when made, as well as that one just was.
Quickly look around to the other sheets in play here. Semifinal draw here in Swift Current. Still waiting on a score from Jolene Campbell in Fujisawa, the other semifinal. Meanwhile, on the men's side, 2 blanks to report. Yannick Schwaller, Corey Dropkin in game 1, and then Michael Bruner and Mike McEwen in game 2. Both those games in the second end. Schwaller and McEwen with hammer, respectively. This looks like a little bit of no man's land, I'm curious where this will end up.
Yeah, it looks to be running a little hot, but not a bad outcome.
It's still a shot, and now eyeing up some angles here. Red, yellow, yellow, I guess? Or no, this way. Okay, they'll go this way. Bit of a discussion here. What do you like for a shot? Maybe now they're just bumping back, but
I think you could, with as high as that red is, I don't think you need to throw the slash to get at that yellow. I think you can throw a soft weight, kind of like hack to back line even, and just get around it and nose it. Maybe even get a little roll on top of the pile, which would be a pretty good outcome for Team Kim.
Yeah, that's a good point. It seems a little bit more daunting maybe from that other perspective, but you can see on the overhead it's should be able to get to quite a bit of the face, eh?
Yeah, especially with how much these stones are curling late. I don't think they'll have any trouble getting to nose with the proper weight.
A little late to carve it. We'll see how much it'll come up. Yeah, they'll take that. Still shot stone. Yep. And now is Wrana looking at that red-yellow angle. I mean, it's aggressive, yeah, but it's worth it, right?
Yeah, and it takes it away from Team Kim. I think they could play this, or they could follow Team Kim down through that port and roll back on top. But Team Kim's always going to have that slash there later if they wanted it.
Amita Duvall, big weight here and a big shot. In the third end, team's down by 5 points. Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, that's a great outcome. Leaving themselves many options over there to run in stones later in the end, too. Removing that stagger and getting a little more separation was huge.
And that red rock is looking awfully lonely there just on the edge of the lid. Yeah, that makes sense. If you do put if you're just going to hit the yellow there, right below where Kim is standing, yeah, with like a softer hit weight, it might be
Yeah,
hard
kind
for
of the same
Wrana
weight
to
they
get rid of
just
them.
threw.
Yeah, exactly. Final stone for Gangneung. Looks like they're carving it here. Ooh, little slice, no. But a decent roll. Now for Wrana, is there a way to scoot that shooter over there? Or sorry, my apologies, not the shooter, but the yellow rock there, the top four.
Yeah, certainly. I think not quite getting the roll that Team Kim was looking for, but leaving Team Wrana with a few options on how to play this one.
If you can throw quite a bit of weight and hit nose, you're in really good shape. But as Isabella kind of gestured to, if you do roll a little bit over, that's fine too.
Yeah, certainly. I think you can get away with hitting it a little high and getting some roll under your corner guard there on the right-hand side.
Amita Duvall with the throw. And it's kind of on its own here. Let's see where this ends up. That's another difficult miss for this team heading into skip stones.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. That could have been the dagger they were looking for. However, they're not completely out of it. Still might be able to manufacture a skipper's deuce here.
You did need to throw quite a bit of weight at that, I think, just because, you know, that outcome of getting that other red was just too good. But obviously there was something in her release. It's hard to tell, obviously, on screen. Maybe just popped it out or something, but there was something right away that that was not necessarily salvageable, sadly, for the Swedes. Skip stones. Nice little hit and roll. Here's the call. And a hair tight. And how good is that?
Yeah, it's a lovely shot right there. Taking away any kind of freeze opportunity Team Wrana thought they were going to have.
Yeah, it's probably that. I think you still have to hit it, try to get to the inside, and kind of hope for a bit of luck, obviously, and you could get something that's pretty nice. Yeah, could you get shot by hitting that one? Without, I guess you could, without being like completely exposed. Hard to say.
Yeah, I don't quite think you could get shot over that one, just fighting 4 foot on the right-hand side. I think it would be a little difficult to roll that far without poking completely open.
But it's worth a try at this point.
Definitely. I think just getting one in the rings and undercover is a big accomplishment right now. Give them a shot at their deuce on Isabella Wrana's second stone.
Make some red move and then hopefully keep that yellow in a good place. It's out there though. They're trying to curl it over. It looks like close to nose, if anything, and it will be just nose. So Kim sitting to a chance to put even more pressure on and give Wrana a very difficult shot here, coming home once again. Just a little bit out there again. I know that was the same line error that they had on the shot earlier, but I'm not sure if it's not curling as much as they think or if it's a release thing, but yeah, just it's outside again.
Yeah, that's that same spot where Isabella Wrana's first stone or second stone in the first end over curled on her. So maybe taking a little bit of cautious ice there and not quite curling as much as they thought it would.
So more pressure to be applied by Team Kim. The Koreans have just been lights out this game. A chance to make this final shot from Isabella Wrana even that much more difficult. And there it is, a nice high guard. The hit and roll seems like the first choice that catches your eye, eh? Just to get a good piece of it and roll down.
If I was Team Wrana, I think I'd just be trying to draw the button. As much as it does suck, I think that's what you might have to go for.
I'm not sure if they're listening to our stream or not. I'm starting to think they're not. As they're attempting it, what appears to be the hit and roll. As long as you get it. Final stone here in the third end.
It's realistically whatever you're confident you're going to make. There is no right or wrong call. It's just the outcome that really matters.
This outcome is looking pretty good. Lovely, great shot from Isabella Wrana to score their first point of the game here in the third end, make it 5-1 going into the fourth. We'll be right back from Swift Current.
I've been farming on my own right for 40 years now, I think. It's a very wholesome enterprise. You have very, very busy periods when you have to go hard. So many of our windows are so tight that you just can't afford to miss a couple days of seeding.
When a producer places their trust in us, that when it's time for them to be able to make their living, we're going to be there. That's a tremendous responsibility that is not a one-day-a-year thing, right? In order to actually deliver on that, you have to build your processes and you have to build your team and you have to have a mindset of operational excellence, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And it's our job to make sure that they don't go wrong. Or if they do go wrong, that we can fix it before it affects our customer.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
Welcome back to Swift Current Saskatchewan. Semi-final action here at the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown. Team Kim versus Team Wrana. Wrana on the board, but Obviously forfeiting hammer here going into the fourth end. Still a mountain to climb.
Yeah, a bit of an opportunity in Team Kim's first stone, just gliding back button there. So the force is looking all right so far. However, it is only the fourth rock of the end.
Well, I was just going to say, why you mentioned at the start of the broadcast and then earlier how important these front end stones have been specifically for Team Kim in setting up these ends. Talk to me a little bit more about that and how that's really manifested over the course of the game. Because I got to say, you called it. You said right away this is going to matter, and guess what? It mattered.
Yeah, I think front end battles are always going to be a big dictator of how the end goes. Because, I mean, the first one to start chasing is going to be the first one in trouble. So Team Kim winning those first three front end matchups for the first three ends obviously reflects on the scoreboard. So if Team Rana's front end is able to step it up a little bit, I think it would certainly help out their back end and simplifying some of the shots they'll have for the rest of the game.
And you saw that kind of manifested in stuff like, you know, the staggered guards and rocks that, you know, sailed through the house. You know, there's a few that have come to mind anyways. This one's got like a little bit of weight, but that'll work for the Swedes. And it looks like Kim's now looking at the double peel.
Yeah, there's no need for Team Kim to have any guards in play right now. Up four with hammer in the fourth end is obviously a great situation in the stats sheet in terms of game playout. So really just playing the numbers and decreasing all the risk they can by peeling those guards.
Taking a quick look around the other sheets in action here on the semifinal draw. Jolene Campbell took a 3 in the second end over Fujisawa. Fujisawa applies with one of her own in the third, make that 3-1. Looks like going into the fourth end there. Meanwhile, on the men's bracket, back-to-back blanks for Schwaller and Dropkin. Schwaller responds by getting a 2 spot in the third end. They're up 2-0. And Michael Bruner, 1-0 over Mike McEwen. That's in the third end. And obviously McEwen with the hammer. Last remaining Saskatchewan team here. What are you seeing here, Wyatt, if you are Team Red?
I think you kind of have to deal with a couple of those yellows around the forefoot there, whether it's that top one and rolling over to the wing or it's that one that's just buttoned there. I think you can anticipate that Team Rana is going to try and throw some freeze attempts, so get rid of any of the pockets that you can or beat them to it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice because, yeah, if you like that, what you just gestured towards, if you're able to kind of get in or even can remove that, you could get 2 birds with 1 stone if you remove that yellow and almost roll underneath. Make them try the double, and then make them try the yellow run.
There's certainly not even a need to throw any kind of weight at this. They can throw back 4, back 8, back 12, back line, anything they really want. Just get the roll under, and I think you're looking pretty okay. Especially with hammer, I think you're not too upset that you'd be sitting 2 behind a pair of center guards.
And this looks like it's the call. Just a considerable amount of weight on it. Might be easier to navigate the line this way. Let's see. Keeping it straight. Can't really over curl on them. Will roll down, but I mean, could be worse because, yeah, obviously Wrana just having to attack that, attack the pin. That one seemed to move a lot more than they were anticipating.
Yeah, certainly playing a good bit of weight there. Solid board, maybe even control. That could just be a spot thing, or that's just the weight they're comfortable throwing. No need to get cute and play back 8, but certainly might have been a little more controllable with the roll.
A chance to draw in here for Almeida Duvall, her first of the 4th end. Gonna start that curling. You might need to keep it straight shortly. Oh, it's been curling pretty nice. Maybe a plan B just to try to tap this one up. And they do. Looked like that was maybe a plan B. I don't think that that was what they had intended.
Yeah, I think she had ushered with her broom that could have been an option, but I think they were hoping to freeze on it and play that tap on a later stone. Certainly keep control of that top 4, but slid a little deeper than they were looking for.
Comes down for a hit here for Team Kim. They haven't missed much, so why not go for a difficult hit here, it looks like. Oh, that's pretty good, though. I'll take that. It almost scooched through to make that one almost perfect, but not bad at all. Chance here for yellow just to draw on top of that, eh?
Yeah, I think they'd be pretty okay with having their 2 stick around in the 8-foot, but just the call of top button right now. Try to make it as irremovable as possible.
Definitely leaving this to your front end to sweep this in and steer it right to the pin. And that one just died on them. What do you like here? Is that hit and roll underneath there?
Yeah, that hit and roll is certainly there. I think your danger stone as of right now is that one top 4, possibly even that center guard later. But I think if they can sit 2 or maybe first and second, that would be or first and third, that would be a pretty good outcome for them right now.
Okay, looks like they're just going to try to kick that yellow rock sideways.
Yeah, they might even get that one back 8 with it.
Yeah, curious how much weight they want to throw at this too.
I wouldn't be surprised if they played some up weight, considering their last 2 stones down this path have been that control or possibly even a normal weight.
I mean, if you keep the shooter, if you did that, then yeah, like right where she gestured towards, then could be second shot. That wouldn't be the worst, but they will try this hit and roll under. All right, big shot here for sure. Chance to get 2 undercover up 5-1 heading into skip stones with the hammer. Going to over curl on them. And wrecking their own, but yeah, not exactly what they had in mind.
No, this certainly gives Team Rana the opportunity to sit 2 frozen there. That would be probably their preferred outcome of this end in a force.
Just a little bump, eh? Interesting. Okay, well, skipstone's coming up. Couple, misses to a certain extent from the Korean team, and kind of what Rana needs a little bit. Trying to chase the game, trying to come back into it here. As you can see, gave up that 4 spot in the first end. Now here in the fourth, skipstones. Keeping this rock tight. That'll work. It's in there. But it does give that potential double that they're eyeing up right away.
Yeah, I think they can play this double cross face and kill both yellows, possibly even keep their red, but I don't think they're too upset about clipping it on the way by.
Eunjung Kim's first stone here in the fourth end. They have the hammer. They have the advantage of a 5-1 lead here in Swift Current. Can you make the 2 yellows go? And as you mentioned, potentially keep that red around. They're gesturing like it was a hair down. They want to keep this straight. And that'll work just fine. There is a yellow on the pin, but see what Rana does, I guess, just come right in.
Yeah, I think you can sit 2 frozen right on top of each other, and it makes Team Kim's draw for their 1 really, really tough. I don't think if you make a good freeze, you can play that hit for 2. I think it would be pretty difficult with where that guard is.
Well, here comes the out-turn draw from Rana. Their final stone here in the fourth. Bit of a sailor looking to carve this. Oh, that's pretty good. It's holding up, and just a small bump on that yellow rock. Really nice location. And do you just try to white knuckle that draw right to the button, or do you try this hit and roll?
I think it's whichever she feels she has her best shot of making, but knowing skippers, they like to throw that draw. So I would personally be throwing this draw, knowing you have a little backing there on that last one, and they've been throwing it in their warm-up, and this was their side of the sheet that they chose to warm up on early in that game, pre-game practice. So should see a pretty close effort from Team Kim here.
Good rebound from Team Rana, putting a bit of pressure on Team Kim. Final stone here in the fourth. Now on the intern side. Sweepers on it quickly. Line looks pretty good. Is it just a little too quick, though? Oof. Pretty close. It might just be yellow, though. It's hard to tell right now. Any guesses?
It will be one yellow.
Wow, what a rebound here from Team Wrana, posting up 2 singles. One is a stolen in here in the fourth to wrap up the first half of the game. It's 5-2 for Team Kim. We'll be right back.
I've got the bill.
Well, now I've got the tip.
Standard tip increased 2% this year.
That's why I keep you around. So, corn's looking great. Well, our crop plan is working.
And we locked in that input financing at the perfect time.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet. And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
We're back here in Swift Current semifinal action. Team Kim versus Team Wrana. 5-2 for Team Kim at the halfway mark of this game. And Wyatt, I'm not sure if you have a synopsis over the third and fourth end, but as we see a hog rock, not the first one, not the last one I think we'll see this weekend. Brief synopsis on how the last couple ends really worked out for Wrana, obviously getting a couple points on the board. Not in the best of fashion, obviously, in the third, but something to rally around here heading into the home stretch.
Yeah, certainly Team Wrana has been in a little hot water the last few ends, but managing to hang a couple points on the board and shrink that scoring gap. So I think they can afford to start playing a little more aggressive this end, hopefully get a force out of it. I know score doesn't dictate force, but I think they're in need of the hammer to try and get a multiple score here. I'm not sure if they can quite steal their way to a victory.
Couple staggered red stones there at the top four. And something to potentially latch onto here with Linda Stenlund and her draw.
That's a wonderful shot, getting separation between those two reds and staying frozen on the nose of the top one.
Yeah, that yellow's not going anywhere anytime soon. Wrana comes into this game, Team Wrana, I should say, with that 4-1 record. Beat Anderson 7-6 in the first game. Beat Holland, Saskatchewan 9-5 in the second. Beat Constantini 7-2 in short order as well in the third. Lost to Hurleman 6-5, and then obviously rebounded with that win over the #1 ranked Tirinzoni 7-5 to make it here. The women's side with 25 teams, 5 pools of 5. $50,000 is the event purse. So a chance to end up frozen here to red. Is that the call?
Yeah, that was the initial call. I think stone just coming up a little bit light on them. Team Wrana possibly battling some difficult stones. I know a few teams have struggled with yellow stones on this sheet so far, having a few mixed and having a few straight stones, fast stones, and slow stones all in the same pile. Certainly gets the team into it. A lot to think about.
Can you tell us which stone? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm going to keep your sources protected at this time. Well, second and final here. Taking a wider path here for sure. It's looking pretty good. It's coming up nice. Maybe just a touch heavy though. Oh, wow. Very nice. So I guess you just have to kill it, eh? Is that the idea here for Team Kim?
Yeah, I think you can focus on just killing the yellow, roll to the wing. Even you roll 2 stones, that's pretty good. Stay second shot. First and second shot after this is over is really good for them too, with hammer.
So quite a bit of weight coming here on the in-turn side. Apologies, the out-turn side. They try to stay on that side of the center line and potentially sit 2. Great location for that redstone. Because now I guess Wrana just has to hit and kind of roll underneath this, or do that.
Yeah, I don't think they can. Certainly don't think they can freeze on that. It would just leave a pretty automatic double delay 3 possibly for Team Kim. So they're gonna have to roll somewhere.
Roll somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much danger in this for Team Kim right now.
you're just tuning in, we have a few new folks joining us. Feel free to hop in the chat. Keep the discussion going. If you missed the start of this game, big 4 spot from Team Kim in the first, followed up with another steal in the second, and Isabella Wrana bailed out our team in the third with a nice hit and roll. Managed to steal in the fourth after a couple solid shots. Back up to Skip Stones here. This has to be pretty precise. Did they leave the double?
Yeah, I think they did. But I don't know if you can quite play it traditionally. It might clip the red, but I think you're...
Yeah.
I think
You're
okay
saying it
with
kind of
that
hit
with
it
only...
in and then kind of almost hit that second yellow and move downward.
Yeah.
That could work because it could really make the Wrana double coming home difficult. But yeah, or do you ever do that? Do you ever hit the yellow that's on the right hand side and try to come tight to the yellow and be sitting 2 with the opportunity that you can only guarantee to really kill 1?
Yeah, I think if you come off the one on the right, you're never killing that yellow on the left. Keeping that yellow on the left in play certainly increases your chances at being forced this end.
Well, feel free to throw something in the chat and let us know if and why we're wrong about our calls. Would really appreciate that. I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's fun to speculate for sure, but some top teams that can effectively make a lot of these shots. So first stone here for Red and Team Kim. Looks like they are going to attack that one on the left-hand side of your screen. It's got a curl. Well, that's not the desired outcome, but Wrana still has to make this. Chance for a force for sure.
Yeah, I think they make this good. It might just leave Team Kim a double for the blank. And I think they'd be okay carrying the hammer over to the 6th end up 3.
Wrana's final stone here in the 5th end incoming. And looks like it might overcurl on them slightly. No, they still got it. And the draw is the call from Team Kim.
Not even entertaining the idea of the double for the blank.
No, it was pretty automatic. You know, how much
I
is
think
that
double is pretty tough. I think
yeah.
Rolling out, because you have to roll out pretty far. I think they made it good enough. Just take your one up 4 in the 6th end without is still not even a bad spot at all.
How much is that 6th end advantage, right, to have hammer? That's the real question. Is it worth that 3-point advantage, 4-point advantage? It absolutely is.
Oh yeah.
Final
sure.
stone, a little light, it appears. Big scrub here from the front end. Can they drag this into the forefoot? Some great sweeping here, great momentum. and that will carry that Red Rock into the scoring position. Great brush. Make this 6-2 going into the sixth end here. We'll be right back from Swift Current.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
And we're back here for the home stretch in Swift Current, this semifinal on the women's side. Nutrien Ag Solution Western Showdown. Team Kim with that 6-2 lead. They did give up the advantage of having that 2-1 hammer setup, but of course you can't really beat having this kind of advantage at this point in the game. Wyatt Small and Marty Thompson with you here today. And Wrana looking to, I guess, potentially just keep this clear, right, Wyatt?
Yeah, I think probably throwing up a second corner guard right now. Just no need to hit these stones just yet. Try to get something set up and leave yourself with a chance at scoring a few later. So if you're Team Wrana right now, you're in need of a multiple score.
Hits him behind for the double guard on the left. And quickly looking elsewhere around the other semifinals we have. Michael Bruner up 2-1 over Mike McEwen. That's in the fifth end. They've been exchanging ones after that blank in the first. Meantime, the other men's semifinal has Yannick Schwaller again up 2-1 after taking a deuce in the third. Blank in the fifth, and Schwaller remains with hammer. So they're in a good place heading into their home stretch. And then the other women's semifinal, potentially waiting for an update there. Right now, we just have 4-1 for Jolene Campbell. Last end recorded was the fourth. Campbell out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, been on fire this week. Chance to make a final. They won all of their games thus far. Beat some good teams too.
It's a lovely shot from Maria Larson there, the wrap around the center to tap that red stone all the way to the back 8, almost in the 12, and stay frozen on the nose of that top 4 stone.
That makes it tricky for Kim. What are they looking at here?
I think the danger stones for Team Kim this end will be those guards. So they're electing to throw another guard, it looks like.
Carve here to bring this over. Switching that for a bit of weight. That's its top 8. How does Team Wrana respond here?
I think they throw a very similar shot to Maria's last throw, this kind of backline weight between the 2 guards here and just roll under her corners. This time obviously taking a little more ice than the last because they don't have to get to nose.
We're just putting a little tight to that guard, but a great result. You see just how precise that roll is.
Yeah, that's an amazing effort. Keeping those 2 red stones around in the back 8, back 12 area is pretty big. It will catch anything late in the end. Definitely a lot of jam opportunities now.
Lots of good things for Team Wrana thus far. Those guards looking like power play and mixed doubles over there on the left-hand side. Real nice line. Yeah, wondering if it'd be time to throw something up here.
Team Kim having to be a little careful now that it's vice stones, and Wrana has 3 stacked in a row at the edge of the 8-foot with hammer, and 1 frozen to theirs. They're a lonely red top 4.
Vice stones here. Throw something up here just to muddy it up. Small tick off the yellow, and that's a pretty good result. Forces Wrana's hand a little bit just to have to clear these ones out.
Yeah, with those two stones being welded together, it leaves them a few options whether or not they want to double peel them or roll right off to the side and add another corner.
Big weight incoming. It's going to get stuck on the center line. Should come off nice. And a little too big of a roll with the shooter. No center guard, or no corner guard rather, but those guards are removed. And now it looks like Kim will have to attack these two rocks in the forefoot. Just look to, I guess, regain control of that setup, right? Because the red's not helping you, but you could have that stone that's at the stone that's right there where a broom is, and then suddenly the complexion could change.
Yeah, certainly. For Team Kim right now, a lot of danger with both of those yellow stones being in great position, especially without hammer here in the sixth.
Yeah, it's interesting too to play that double.
Yeah, I think if you play that double and make it, you're not giving up more than two. You're going to have a hard time removing that yellow that's dead frozen to the one top four, but you kill the one on the wing, that's really the stone that's going to bring the multiple score into play.
And this might be one of your last opportunities. Well, depends on where this one ends up. If it knows it, but might be one of your last opportunities to actually really get at this one properly. You know, otherwise it's behind cover, right? Yeah. All right, well, it was deliberated, and looks like the call is that hit and roll. Try to poke that yellow out just on the edge of the 8-foot rings. Carve it. Just get a sliver and get away with it.
Yeah, I think now the call is obviously to wrap that corner guard and put a second one back dead even with it.
Sweden rock incoming here. And that will sail right to the edge of the 12. And skip stones up. What's next for Team Kim?
I think Team Kim can kind of just safely hit that one on the top four, roll anywhere to the right side to avoid jamming on their own. And even if they were to jam it on that one Yellowstone back 12 over there, I think they'd be able to move the two and sit three perhaps.
That wouldn't be too bad at all. It looks like it's maybe control or something like that. Definitely a down weight and just kind of a nice, easy roll over to stay within that white ring. Saying it's a little down. Trying to keep this straight. You do not want to jam on that back red, but what a sweep this is. Look at how they keep that perfectly straight. Lovely shot. Great team shot. Great sweep. Is the call here, Wyatt, to try to go for a triple-ish? Just to try to activate that yellow rock as best you can, potentially?
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed for the triple right now. Certainly a possible shot, but I think you need to get that one that the broom's right beside, and definitely that one that's just nibbling a piece of the 8-foot to ensure that your Yellowstone does indeed outcount it. I think that's the only way right now you're going to bring in the multiple score, or at least 2 as it's looking right now. And getting this roll to center is also pretty big.
Roll to the center is there, and not a bad outcome. Makes this hit a little precarious, considering where that red rock is.
Yeah.
And right dead on the center, too.
Yeah, 'cause now Team Kim can only roll to the right-hand side of these rings as you look at it from the hack.
Final stone for Team Kim here. In this pivotal 6th end, they're up 6-2. Chance to make this one a good one. Staying down again. Again, holding this rock. And awfully precise. Team Wrana does have this double for 2 on their last.
Indeed. Looks like just nose should be able to kill them both. Obviously a hair off nose, a hair high would be preferred.
Looks awfully good from our version of the hack there. You see just before the camera switched, it's, as you mentioned, Wyatt, just nose and keep that shooter nice and take a 2 spot heading into the 7th. Last rock here in the 6th end. Team Wrana calling it tight. It's got to be nose, and it will. Lovely shot. Precision from Team Wrana, 6-4. Now going into the 7th end. Team Kim will have the hammer. We will be right back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Team Wrana's first multi-point end comes in the 6th. Makes it a 6-4 game. Down by 2, 1 hammer each is the outlook here for the Swedes. They're up here in the yellow stones. They look to try to claw back into this game. Finally beating that 4-point deficit they started off in the first end. Another look here at the lead stones here. Wyatt just trying to throw a guard up, and it looks pretty good. And now Kim coming around.
Yeah, Team Wrana obviously having to throw double centers this end to try and get some offense. Try and get some offense generated, possibly even a steal. Or a force. It quite depends team to team what you would prefer. Whether they'd prefer to be try and steal 2 this end and be tied without in the last end, or force and be down 3 with. Really just depends team to team which you prefer. Obviously neither option all that excellent.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like this draw is here just to come to that second rock that we can see just in behind. Maybe sit corner frozen. If they make this shot, that might inform just which scenario they want to achieve going into the 8th end. She can make this pretty good, it looks like. It's curling on them.
Yeah, it is.
Will just be a touch high, but certainly an awkward place for that yellow rock. And Kim strides out here to take a look at this guard and begin peeling some granite away. Doesn't get the double, but does remove the top yellow from play. Quick look at the men's bracket here. Heading towards an all-Swiss final right now. 3-1 Yannick Swaller and Michael Brunner lead Corey Dropkin and Mike McEwen respectfully, although their opponents do have the hammer in the 7th. McEwen has it in the 6th, actually. But strong showing from the Swiss team. Brunner, you can just sort of see them off the corner of our screen a few times there. Stole a point in the 5th. Again, take a 3-1 lead. And of course, you can watch all these games on Curling Zone YouTube. Small tap here for yellow, perhaps, hey?
Yeah, called shot, made shot. Excellent shot there from Maria Larson.
And that will work quite nicely. He's been playing well on their hits for sure. Chance for a little nifty little run back and maybe try to get a couple Yellowstones going. Collins would be tight. And they get 2, move the third. That's pretty good. Opens things up for sure. And forces Wrana to the guard. Got to go for the line. They're bringing it over. And it will be just enough to cover probably about a third of that red rock from the hack.
Looks like it'll be just the straight peel for Team Kim, with the bonus being that back one in the rings there. Obviously, probably not getting caught up in calling it, but that would be a great bonus to have with this shot.
Something to keep an eye on for sure. Trying to just slice that yellow rock, and it will smash out the one at the back corner. That is an incredible line call from this team and a great shot.
What an excellent shot that was.
You could see them lining it up, right? It was going to peel it out pretty much out of her hand. It looked pretty good, but wow, what a shot that was. That just kind of goes to show how well Team Kim has played here from the first end onward. A few little bumps here and there, but otherwise been very consistent performance across, as we've already talked about the front end, but you know, great shots like that from the back end just to make things a little bit more difficult for, specifically for Isabella Wrana on her last shots.
Yeah, definitely. I think that shot gave them the opportunity to play a little more aggressive for this blank. Having that straggler off on the wings obviously wouldn't allow them to, but now a good mid shot can certainly turn this end around real quick.
And then just taking a quick look at the other semifinal in play here on the women's side. Jolene Campbell's rink out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, up 6-2 over Fujisawa after taking a 2 spot in the 6th end. They also had that 3 in the 2nd. So that is in the 7th end, it looks like. Very strong performance from Campbell and co. as they look to make a final. We'll meet the winner of this one, of course. It's looking to come right to this red rock, eh?
Looks like they were just trying to replace the guard.
Maybe they're anticipating it was a little heavier than it was. But that's a good spot. Brooms down for another peel. This Team Kim protects not only having the hammer, but having a 6-4 lead in the 7th end. Have to execute here, and it'll be finals bound.
Team Wrana just debating
Team
where
Wrana?
to put this. I think they're going to try to come around back four and force Team Kim into drawing for their one.
Yeah, let's make the move here. Out turn delivery from the skipper, and her last in the 7th end. Looks like they're calling it to be maybe a touch heavy.
Yeah, it looks it.
Sailing a bit. That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think the sweepers might have actually preferred to have taken that a little further than they did. Certainly something you see later in games as the slide paths start to wear down, and that's exactly where that rock kind of came to a halt.
Yeah, held up really nice.
It looks like Team Kim will just draw for their one and go into the last up 3.
Not a bad spot to be at all. So once again, Team Wrana putting Team Kim under a bit of pressure. Another 2 rocks in the 4-foot, reminiscent of that draw earlier in the game. Kim needs to put this just about as close to the middle of the rings as she can to try to take one. They're holding this one out. Now they're definitely going for weight. It's slowing down on them. Can they drag this one in? And it will be just short. Can you believe that? Team
What a turn
Wrana
of events.
with a score of 2 to make this a tie game going into the 8th end. They were down 4-0 after the first. We will be right back with what will be a very exciting 8th end.
I've been farming on my own right for 40 years now, I think. It's a very wholesome enterprise. You have very, very busy periods when you have to go hard. So many of our windows are so tight that you just can't afford to miss a couple days of seeding.
When a producer places their trust in us, that when it's time for them to be able to make their living, we're going to be there. That's a tremendous responsibility that is not a one-day-a-year thing, right? In order to actually deliver on that, you have to build your processes and you have to build your team and you have to have a mindset of operational excellence, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And it's our job to make sure that they don't go wrong. Or if they do go wrong, that we can fix it before it affects our customer.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Life
light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
Thanks, Mark. Marty Thompson with you today alongside Wyatt Small for what has been nothing but a spectacular comeback from Team Wrana. As you can see on the scoreboard there, if you're just joining us, down 4-0 in the first, have crawled all the way back to tie this game up going into the 8th. And as much as Team Kim have played well and we've been singing their praises this whole game, Wyatt, we talked about basically after the second end, or after the first end rather, going into the second, just how aggressive Team Wrana needed to play in order to get back into the game. And that really worked out, to be honest. They've really come back strong and have every chance of winning this game now.
Yeah, no kidding. 2 pairs of steals in 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 to tie things back up in the 8th end. Hopefully they are looking to steal one more and grab the win. But I think it goes back to that age-old saying, sometimes a good defense is a strong offense. When you get up early in a game like that, it's easy to get carried away and play purely defensive shots. But what that allows the opposition to do is play purely offensive shots. And when you have that kind of difference of 7 defensive shots to 7 offensive shots, you often end up giving a few points up every end.
Yeah, that's a great point, Wyatt, and it's indicative if you look at the last shots, like specifically what Kim has had to face. You know, Rana's managed to slap, you know, seemingly out of nowhere, a couple of yellow stones in the forefoot, right? And you're like, oh, you know, it's kind of spectacular that that's been the case. Now, obviously, a few feet short of nullifying this game, to be honest, in the 7th. They got to shake this off and move on, but yeah, honestly, what a great team performance. And it's very easy, as you mentioned, the team that's up by 4, but it's also very easy for the team down by 4, especially how they threw early in this game. Tons of misses, tons of line call errors that were carried over from the Tiranzoni game. They have snapped out of that very quickly and very efficiently. As you can see here, a really nice soft weight tap that is placed perfectly. But they've really rebounded as well in just their all-around game.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It is a different team now than what we have seen early in the game. They've had a few stones in and under cover early enough to the point where Team Kim has been doing a little bit of the chasing.
And speaking of which, Kim looking to rip these guards. Gonna hold this straight. It will come across, and they will get both. What do you make of this set here for Team Kim? Obviously, Rana's pointing towards just the draw right in, or the tap. Nice to have 2 shot stones here for sure.
Yeah, their one top 12 is obviously in quite a good position to be promoted inward later in the end. I don't think they could obviously try and throw a guard. That's weighing your chances at Team Kim just drawing to theirs on the T line there. Because if Team Kim ever locks one right on their own on the T line, you're gonna be pretty hard pressed to steal one this end. So trying to beat them in here and just make the freeze first themselves.
Looking to hold this straight. Maybe a little bit of weight too. This rock should come down. And come down in a spectacular location. Look at that. Now Kim has to nullify that red rock at best. Kick it out. You do not want to jam here either. Crucial shot. Oh, wow.
Spectacular.
That is nothing short of perfect. And Wrana just forced to have to put that one back. That is an incredible hit.
Yeah, that is
Kim.
potentially that dagger that Team Kim was looking for this end to regain all of the control.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. No yellow rocks in the rings now. Wrana feeling exposed. Throw one in there, try to make that an extra nice freeze. Maybe they wanted to play a little wider than they did last time and try to come like as close to nose as possible, but what a run back that was. That was amazing. And looks like that was light and potentially picked.
Not an unfortunate outcome from the pick there. Obviously, they would have preferred to have that locked on the nose of that one T-line, but I think this outcome was actually quite all right.
When have you ever seen a pick that bad and then the team is still playing it, still trying to get rid of it?
Yeah.
You're right, not a bad outcome at all. If you're forcing the team to take a shot on it. Keeping it straight, just trying to get a thin piece of this yellow, and they will. And Wrana looks to go back again to that frozen stone. Trying to come in here. Might need to actually curl up a little bit. No, it's moving on them. Can they sink one just on the tee, perfectly frozen? You bet they can. Well, now what for Team Kim? Wyatt, what do you see?
It looks like they're calling just a little bump on the pair of freezes right there. I think you have to try and get some separation between that shot yellow stone and the red there.
And brooms down. Final third stones here of the game, most likely. Don't see a blank coming into play here. And a crucial one. Chance to really set this up. Well, they just picked this sideways. Well, a good chunk of it. You'll get a good chunk. My apologies, was just checking in on the Campbell Fujisawa game. Campbell now sitting 3. Fujisawa with last rock, trying to score potentially just the 1. Campbell actually had a chance to be sitting 4 with a draw, but just sailed through the house. So looking more and more likely that the winner of this game will be playing the Winnipeg rink. Meantime, switching back into this one, little discussion here in the forefoot. What do you see here if you're Yellowstones to try to steal this end and steal this game?
I think you have to play a freeze or some sort of gentle tap to a freeze. You really need 2 stones in there that apply a lot of pressure right now. Force Team Kim to try and do something with it. And if they're ever if angles ever set up in your favor, I think you'd be pretty happy with that. trying to steal an end here is quite difficult with just that lonely center guard in play right now. So they have to be very precise in whatever they do make.
Would you like just the freeze, just dead nose on the red one?
I
Or does
think
that
that's
give them
okay.
a hit?
They might just guard it though.
Yeah, true. Right.
And
or you have
if
that
they ever
where you
did that. Yeah. I think the guard would be a risky call because you still have more than one option to kind of try and get at it, because both of those angles on the right-hand side never remove that red stone that's on the button. So I think you kind of have to make a play and sit two.
And that looks like what they have the broom down for. So maybe just kind of they're going to play it a little tighter. So a softer weight tap that hopefully will just take that yellow shooter and just roll it, tuck it maybe beside your own yellow, which that would be covered by that high guard. Isabella Wrana's first shot. It's out there. Might be a little extra weight too, maybe more weight than they thought. See how much you can drag it over. And I'm not sure if that was the weight that they called, but it definitely didn't come in the way that they wanted it to. And now Kim has a chance here at removing a yellow stone or two.
Yeah, certainly. I don't think that was what they were hoping for, but it does force Kim into making a play on one of these yellows right here. Looks like they're trying to line up the double. They definitely do have to deal with that one on the left-hand side as we look at it from above.
It's a little tricky. So the thin double?
I believe that is the call. Yeah.
All right, first of two here from the skipper. Tie game with the hammer. Chance to potentially remove two yellow rocks. It's out there. They want to curl it. They want to just skinny this yellow one. Is it there? Wow. Unbelievable shot. All the pressure back on Wrana, who has to, as she's gesturing there, likely tap that back, put a rock directly, perfectly on the forefoot, make it shot, make it behind that guard for a chance to make the final. What a precise double that was. They have to be shot to continue the game here, the Swedes. After crawling back in this game, down 4-0 after the first end. Still all to play for. Final stone here for Team Wrana. Calling it tight, but you don't want to push it out. The carve's on. It's got to be shot. A little more weight than they were expecting, but it is shot. And it is there. So a chance for Kim to win this game by removing that yellow rock. That shot just had to be so precise. Hey, Wyatt, maybe it was like a little more weight than what they were expecting. They could have carved it. They had room on the guard, but it just had to be so perfect.
Yeah, definitely a very precise shot there. We're probably hoping for a little more finish, but that's one of those ones where you don't want to quite get going with the carve early and then possibly roll open to the other side. Just leave an easier shot down the same path she had just thrown. So definitely the tolerant way to call that shot and force Team Kim to throw down a new path.
And very quickly, Jolene Campbell did in fact win that other semifinal. So the winner of this game will move on to the final against her in her rink. This shot will decide it. Final stone here for Team Kim and the Red Stones. Something that's a little down weight considering the line. Just need to pick that yellow stone out of the forefoot. And never in doubt. Yellow is removed. Team Kim scores a bundle, and they win and move on to the final of the women's side of the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Handshakes all around. Wyatt, before we go, quick thoughts on this game. Obviously, quite a comeback from Team Wrana. They can be happy with how they played in the second half of this game, but ultimately Team Kim, the rightful winners of this one, you would argue.
Yeah, I think that early lead certainly gave them the upper hand throughout the entire game and forced Wrana into chasing, which really isn't anybody's comfort zone throughout the entirety of a game, and obviously resulted in that.
All right, for Wyatt, myself, and everyone here at Curling Stadium, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to come back here for the final on the men's and the women's side, starting 4 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We feed the world with Nutrien, and a large portion of what our job is to get fertilizer out with the carriers so they can get directed to the farms or to the different retail locations. We know that if we don't have the answer to something, we're not afraid to reach out because we have support from everyone. We've got a really good team behind us.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. curling stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.